Frances Farmer was born in Seattle in 1913, a bright and fiercely independent girl who read constantly, argued confidently, and resisted being defined by other people's expectations. At the University of Washington, her talent for writing and performance began to draw attention, and she won a literary competition that hinted at the path ahead. In the mid-1930s, she moved to Hollywood and signed with Paramount Pictures. Her unusual intensity on screen made critics notice her immediately. She had the kind of presence the studios wanted, yet she never fully accepted the rules that came with it. Frances disliked being packaged as a product. She challenged decisions, questioned weak roles, and refused to play the obedient star. That resistance made her fascinating to some and difficult to others. The studio system valued control, while the tabloid press valued conflict. Frances became an easy target. Stories about her temper, her opinions, and her private life began to spread, mixing fact, exaggeration, and invention until her public image felt larger and harsher than the woman herself. As the 1940s began, her life grew more unstable. Legal troubles, family conflict, and strain in her personal relationships left her under intense pressure. In 1943, after a series of troubling incidents, she was committed to a psychiatric hospital. From that point forward, her life became bound to controversy, especially around the treatments she received and the way institutions treated vulnerable patients in that era. Accounts from those years vary. Some are supported by records, others remain disputed. What is clear is that Frances spent long periods in and out of institutions, trying to survive a system that offered care in name, but often delivered cruelty in practice. Around her, rumor turned suffering into legend, and legend sometimes obscured the reality of a woman in distress. Years later, she attempted a return. In the 1950s and 1960s, she appeared on television and stage, and for a time she found more stability than before. The comeback was modest, but it showed determination. Even so, the shadow of her earlier collapse remained larger than her renewed work, and the public seemed more interested in her tragedy than her talent. Frances Farmer died in 1970 at the age of 56 from esophageal cancer. After her death, books, films, and documentaries revived her story, not as a simple tale of fame lost, but as a warning about the pressure of celebrity, the power of the press, and the danger of reducing a human life to a headline. She is remembered today as both a gifted actress and a symbol of Hollywood's darker side. Her life suggests that fame can elevate a person quickly, but it can also isolate, distort, and consume. In that tension between brilliance and destruction, Frances Farmer's story remains unfinished in the public imagination.